Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Yeah, we kind of just took a bunch of L's in New York, if I'm being honest. There was one night, I think it was Saturday night, when we were trying to, like, you know, check out some of the New York nightlife. We went to a club whose name I can't remember. It wasn't Mission. This is like the first club we went to for the night. It was me, it was Toast, it was Sid, it was Michael, it was Lily, Broden, and Yvonne. I think that's everyone. We're waiting outside the club. We have a contact to get into the club. We're a little confused because we were supposed to meet up with someone, but said person didn't show up to the club. But they were like, oh, if you just give them your name, like, your name should be on the guest list. You should be able to get in fine. I guess we'll just say that we're on the guest list. And yeah, we do that. I think that works. So we're able to get in. One of the bouncers leads us to a table with a guy. He's just like sitting at the table and he's surrounded by like 30 women at the table. Not even exaggerating, like 30 women at this table, right? And we're like, okay, what the fuck, what is this? And we're like, he was like, hey, my name is, and I don't remember his name because the club was super fucking loud. And he's like, yeah, if you guys want any drinks, just come back to this table, get some drinks, and then you're good. And I'm like, oh, okay. We're like, okay, wait, we don't really know who this guy is, but he's just giving us free drinks. Isn't that a little sus? I mean, I don't know. It's a little weird. We're just kind of standing around. We're all like holding a drink. The music is terrible. I don't know if I could even recreate it. It's like, dun, dun, dun. And you could like vaguely hear a woman's voice in the background. Bow, bow, bow. But it's just like really loud. Just that. It felt like I was in a video game mission where I'm supposed to like infiltrate a club and like take down an assailant. You know, it didn't feel like real music. It felt like I was actually inside of a virtual world, you know, and we were just all not really feeling it. So we're like, all right, we're gonna stay here for 15 minutes and we're gonna bounce. So we slammed our drinks. Sid slams one more because she's determined to have a great night. We leave and go to a bar and we're like, okay, you know what? Maybe the club is not really our vibe. Maybe we'll go to like a bar where it's a little quieter and a little more chill. We go to this bar. Toast, of course, like has reservations for us because he's just ready. We head up. And the music is even louder than the clubs at the bar. And we're just like...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
We're just stressed because we wanted a more chill drinking environment, but instead we went into an even louder bar somehow. And we're just vibing, we're chilling. I guess to like the super loud bass is just penetrating my eardrums. We order food. They have like bar food. Lily gets like curly fries and a pretzel that's supposed to come with cheese sauce. Lily takes her pretzel, dips it into the cheese sauce, eats it, and then she has this look on her face like, and she's like, "It's mustard." And Yvonne's like, "Mustard?" I'm just kidding. She didn't actually react like that, but like, you know, you could imagine. Yeah, so the bar, my drink at the bar was fine. Like it was like, just, I don't know, it was fine. But apparently a few people didn't really like their drinks, so we drank one drink, we settled the tab. Dude, I don't know how the fuck Toast did it. The server came over to me and asked me for a credit card so they could open a tab on our table, right? This is my turn to pay for the bill. Solid, I got this. Later on, she returns my card to me. And I realized that she didn't give me like a bill. So I was like, oh, I mean, did you guys just settle the tab already? And she's like, oh yeah, this gentleman over here, your friend over here, actually paid for the bill already. And then I just see Toast like looking at me and he's hiding his credit card in his wallet and like looking like, I'm just like, how the fuck did you do that? How did you pay for the bill? How did you get away with that? I literally gave this woman my card to open the tab and how did you fucking pay for that? Like even Sid was like, yeah, wait, how did you do that? Like, how did I got Papa Toasted. Actually though, I don't know how he does it. He just has a way with things. Also, can I just say the people, okay, so Toast tweeted out, the worst thing about being recognized at every restaurant in New York City is having to start tipping so people don't think I'm a cheapskate. People took this tweet seriously. Okay, so there was a mixture of things. There was non-Americans commenting on tipping culture in America. Yes, I agree that servers at any industry that thrives on tips should be just paid more, not like flat out, okay? I think those servers should be paid more, but until we are in that universe where that happens, okay, I'm gonna tip my servers. You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to do as an individual? Am I just not gonna tip and be like, yeah, so I don't want to promote this tipping culture in America because overall I think it's unfair to the service? Shut the fuck up. Just tip your goddamn server if you're in America, okay? I personally, I individually cannot do anything to bring about change in terms of tipping culture. Yeah, so there's this reply that says, you should have been tipping before you got recognized. Thanks for letting us know you expect free services. It's like, bro, Toast is like one of the most generous tippers, okay? He will literally, how do you explain it? He's the kind of guy that will tip silently. Does that make sense? There are a lot of people that will tip or like give money to people in need, but they'll make sure that everyone knows that they do it. Do you know what I mean? They make a show of it. They want everyone to know like how good of a person they are. You know what I mean? They make these grand fucking gestures to make sure that like, you know, they are seen by the public as like some amazing human being. But yeah, Toast is the type of guy that'll just like give him a fat tip, say nothing, and expect nothing of it. You know what I mean? Every time, people take it seriously. Every fucking time, man. In America, you are expected to tip, unfortunately. And if you cannot afford to tip, you cannot afford the meal. In my opinion, at least. Is it weird I tip more if the waiters look super busy and don't have time for me? Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're just being a nice guy. You're not expected to. But you just be a nice guy. I feel like you could sense whether the server is trying to do their job or not. Do you know what I mean? There are definitely, I've had servers where they're like, I don't give a fuck that I'm here. I don't give a fuck that you're here. I don't give a shit. I'm just waiting to clock out. Then I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, let's just both move on with our day. The reason why I went to New York is because I modeled, chat. I modeled. Your streamer do be modeling out there. Show us the model face. I was hoping Blue Steel and you delivered. I'm glad. Yeah, I modeled. It was really cool. It was a really cool experience. Everyone was super nice on set. I will say though, New York is cold, so I dressed for cold weather. But I like switched in and out of like 10 fucking different hoodies or sweaters, so I was boiling. I was melting, man. Well, I got to talk to like the stylists, the people that help like dress me and stuff. And I don't know how we got there, but we ended up talking about like relationship stuff. And one of the stylists was kind of seeing this guy that she was like really attracted to. But then the other stylist, her assistant, was like, okay, but you didn't hear the red flags yet. I'm like, okay, what are the red flags? She's like, he doesn't drink or smoke. And he's celibate. And I'm like, okay, but he's also an artist. He makes really big bowls. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, is this guy like a serial killer or something? Like, where is his relief? Like, where does he, like, when he has a long day, how does he, you know, kind of get rid of his stress? Right? And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's not that weird. And he's like, oh, also he definitely told me in a dream he saw white Jesus, and white Jesus told him that it would be a bad idea for him to date me. And I was like, white Jesus? And she was like, yes, specifically white Jesus. By the way, the stylist is black. She's African American. So you're telling me that white Jesus came to you in a dream and told you that it would be bad to date. And then she was like, yeah, but he's like so sweet. And like, it's nice that like he's celibate, so like he doesn't see me as like a piece of meat. And I'm like, but white Jesus, right? And I was like, okay, hear me out. So what were his thoughts on Roe v. Wade being overturned? And then she said, oh, that's when we stopped talking. And I was like, so I'm like, yeah, no, this guy's giving me bad vibes, bro. He's giving me bad vibes. And she said, okay, but we reconciled recently, and he like, you know, he's being more open now. Like he drinks and does drugs now. I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, because apparently white Jesus came back into a dream and was telling him that like he gave him the gift of like the freedom of choice. So now he does ketamine. And I'm like, this dude must be like crazy in bed. And then she was like, no, I mean, like, but I remember like, oh, he's celibate. He doesn't have sex. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
That was a good nut.
I mean, you have your fun or whatever, stay safe. But also, like, what if like white Jesus comes into a dream and says that like he needs to like enslave minorities or something? Do you know what I mean? Using dream white Jesus as the magic conch. That's what I'm saying. Also, I learned relatively recently that conch is pronounced conch and not conch. You're telling me that SpongeBob lied to me? Ooh. Maybe both are right.
Conch.
Nice conch, bro.
Conch.
Oh, maybe British is better? Or, hold on.
Conch.
Oh, it's the British! Oh, it is totally based on whether you're American or British. This is totally like a first world problem, but I flew business class to New York and then first class back from New York because it was paid for by the people that I was shooting with. And I just want to tell you right now that if you're ever debating between business class and first class in a domestic flight in the US, first class is not worth it. They are practically the same thing in my opinion. Save a couple $1,000s and just stick to business class, actually. And I will also say another first world problem I had is the monitor, like screen that we watch all your movies on, was broken both ways for me. So on my business class trip, they give you a little remote to control the screen with. My remote didn't work, so I couldn't use it. On my return trip from first class, my screen, the screen that you watch the stuff on, straight up was blue screening the entire time. I know, terrible guys, terrible, just awful. I mean, while I was lying fully laid back in my chair and able to sleep comfortably, like I didn't have the entertainment that they provided for free in both business and first class. What a terrible life I live, man. At least get shit-faced on a flight, dude. I would never get drunk on a flight. The idea of being drunk on a flight terrifies me. Cause like, I just want to be able to be in control of my body if an emergency were to occur. And I can't imagine a worse scenario than an emergency occurring while I'm drunk. Also, if I get too fucked up, I would hate to throw up on a plane. You ever had turbulence as you take off? Yes, I have. I have also had a really hard landing once. I swear to God. It was actually pretty recently too, where my plane was landing and I swear to God, it hit, we hit the landing strip where like, I feel like the plane bounced and then re-landed again. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I could actually feel that we were back in the air again because of how hard we hit the landing strip. Like, I was stressed the fuck out, dude. No, thank you.